The Fate of the Furious is the 8th installment in the Fast and Furious franchise. This time around it's directed by F. Gary Gray, and all the original cast, or at least most of it, comes back, including Vin Diesel, Dwyane Johnson, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris, Kurt Russell, even Jason Statham comes back, and we have a couple of new faces, including Charlize Theron as the villain. And the story this time around, as soap opera-ish as it can be, this time around Dom has left the group. He's gone rogue, and he is helping the evil Cypher, played by Charlize Theron, who is an evil hacker who can pretty much enter every single thing that is connected to the internet. While Dominic Toretto is working for Cypher, the rest of the gang, now led by Dwyane Johnson's Luke Hobbs, they have to find a way to get him back on their side and to help prevent a gigantic catastrophe in the beginning of World War III. The story is dumb. It's always been dumb in these movies. Sometimes it's more dumb than other times, sometimes it thinks it's slightly more smart than it actually is. It's not a smart script, it's actually pretty weak in the dramatic moments, they're very overly serious, and then you have just some lines that are either unintentionally hilarious or other times intentionally hilarious. And I have to say, Tyrese Gibson was easily the funniest character in the movie. Easily. He is a riot. I loved watching him on screen. But I was also surprised by Jason Statham. He is awesome in this movie. In the last one, in Furious 7, he was the villain. And this time around they tried to make him a slightly better, more good guy. And now that he's part of the team, he's just so fun to watch, especially his chemistry with Dwyane Johnson. He's off the charts. When these two are together, it's great. It's truly great. We've also a couple of improv lines that are pretty awesome actually, and the overall tone of the dialogue moments is pretty light, excluding for everything that has to do with Vin Diesel and Charlize Theron. Those scenes are the weakest part of the movie because Charlize Theron is not a great villain. The great thing about Jason Statham is that he has charisma and that he had a strong presence, a strong threat in Furious 7. Charlize Theron, she spends most of the movie inside an airplane just talking and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna hack this, ooh, hack that thing, ooh, I'm gonna hack everything, ooh." She doesn't do much, really. She doesn't feel very threatening compared to other villains of the franchise, and that's sad, but maybe we'll see her again in another sequel, who knows. You also feel the lack of screen time shared between Dwyane Johnson and Vin Diesel because they've been having a feud going on, alleged feud. You do feel it during the movie, they never have a moment together on screen, either one is in the background or is just not in the scene when they're talking. And also the rest of the cast does a fine job. There's also Scott Eastwood, who is a new government agent who also makes part of the team now. It pretty much replaces the character of Brian, played by the late Paul Walker. Scott Eastwood is fine, he's not the greatest actor alive, he sure isn't like his father, but he was fine in the movie. And the reason why you're going to watch a Fast and Furious movie is for the action, and this time around it's actually pretty entertaining. And I've always liked the action in the Fast and Furious movies, but the biggest difference between this one and the others is that this one has a very little downtime. Small moments where nothing is happening, dialogue that doesn't matter, there is very little of it, thankfully. And this time around I was having a lot more fun watching this movie. And boy, 2 hours and 10 minutes long, however long it is, does not feel like it. Every action scene is fast-paced, it's entertaining, there are plenty of them. You have a street race in the beginning set in Cuba, which harkens back to the original movies. Then you have a prison riot with Jason Statham and Dwyane Johnson kicking ass and showcasing their different fighting styles. Then you have a truly impressive and very fun to watch scene in New York City where Cypher hacks hundreds of cars and turns them into a zombie army, and then the team has to fight Dominic Toretto. And then there is a great scene that goes back and forth between a fight scene on an airplane with Jason Statham and the group in a Russian base near a frozen lake. Woo! That was the best part of the movie, and I always like when the final set piece is the best and biggest set piece. And these movies are dumb, they are loud, full of action and explosions, and they are well done. They are well executed. I don't know how much of the director actually mattered in this movie, but I liked watching it. Fast-paced, entertaining as hell, stupid plot, fun characters, great action. I do recommend you go watch it if you like action movies. It's not going to be one of the best movies of the year, in the top 10 at least, but it is one of the most enjoyable, especially in the Fast and Furious franchise, and I highly recommend you check it out, and you probably already have because it has a world-breaking record box office, so... Still guys, have you seen The Fate of the Furious? Do you like it or do you dislike it? Which is your favorite Fast and Furious movie? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks as always for watching, to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.